nice morning today. Basically got off our anchorage, got the engines off, and set the sails. We've been flying ever since. So, 10 knots of apparent wind. Pretty much on the beam. 10 to 12 is kind of what it's blowing. That's pretty darn good, I think. We're gonna make some good time today if this keeps up. Just hope for the best. Anchorage somewhere in the Chesapeake Bay. I cannot recall exactly what town we're near or exactly where we are, but we certainly have a nice sunset to greet us and reasonably settled waves and weather compared to last night or last evening anyway. It was pretty much flat calm in the morning. But yeah, got almost a full moon as well. Looking forward to a night's rest after doing 80 nautical miles during the day today, and yeah, it's about time for relaxing. So it's Wednesday today, and welcome to it. We've just about to pass, well, we just passed by Annapolis and about to go under the Bay Bridge here. Had a bit of a bumpy start this morning. With the starboard engine not, well, it started, and then I went to pull up the anchor, and when I came back it was not running. So now we are just puddling along on the port engine and the Genoa, which is going along just fine, but we're planning to stop. Instead, we were hoping to make it all the way to Chesapeake City today, but that's not going to happen likely with this single engine. So we're just going to turn up into Rock Hall and stop at a marina there. So we've made it to Haven Harbor Marina in Rock Hall on one engine. Managed to get to a dock, which was a little bit exciting, but we're secured now. So yeah, here we are. They were busy this afternoon, so they won't be able to look at my outboard until the morning, so I figured I'd get a head start and see if I could get anywhere. So got as far as disconnecting everything. Problem is, one of the engine clamps just will not turn. So I got one of them loose, and the other one is just not quite there yet, unfortunately. So might fight with that a little more later. And we've got the usual disarray of tools and whatever else here. Anyway, yeah, to get that at the carburetor, really, this thing needs to be out of here. It's just no easy access otherwise. I mean, I might be able to do it, but I just don't want to drop something in the water either, so. So it's very hot still in Rock Hall at the end of our day of trying to repair outboard without success. So we've got a dead outboard. On the plus side, the local consignment shop just happened to have one that's so close to being the same model that with a little trickery I'm going to be able to convert this for remote controls and all of that. So right now I'm just disassembling everything, and the remote's going to go in here. I hope it's going to work the way I think it's going to work. So that's the theory, is that the remote hookup is going to go in here where the tiller handle hookup goes. And the only complication that I come across so far is that the stop button is in the handle. So everything else, like for example, like I can mess around with this later, moving the start, like fixing it with the wiring harness so the start works from the switch like it's supposed to. You know, like the switch. Anyway. But I don't need to mess around with that right now. All I want to do right now is get a motor that starts. And if I have to open this little compartment I'm sitting on and push the start button, it's really not the end of the world. So the last thing is to try to get this stop button out so that I can at least shut the thing off. Yeah. So once I get this tiller off and the the stop button out and repositioned somewhere useful, I'll be able to start thinking about actually putting this thing in its little engine well. But that's as far as I'm going to go with thinking about it until it's not, I think 105 today if you speak Fahrenheit. So it's a bit much to be looking at just now. So that's the plan. Okay, so all of the tiller around bits are out. Shift cables, some miscellaneous bits. Got the stop button out. So we're almost ready to go here to get this thing in there. The last question is, does the the remote control cables fit in this new model? Or slightly newer model. I think they will. But we're going to find out shortly. It sure looks new. I mean, this is a used motor, but if you look under that flywheel, it's nothing like the old one. It's pretty much completely rust-free and dirt-free. And I figure it must be a pretty low-use freshwater motor. Anyway, we'll find out pretty soon. Now the fun part is to get it in the in the right spot. And I don't think there's anything else I need to do to actually get to that part of the job. Got a beautiful day out on the water in the Chesapeake. It's Friday, so we're expecting it's going to get pretty busy. Got some sailors, got some people fishing, and got someone new at the helm. How are we doing there, Lynn?
Oh, we're teaching.
Yeah?
Yeah, first attempt is interesting. It's fun.
It is fun. Not too uncomfortable. Not no, good.
It's
just exuding confidence.
Oh well, not that, but at least I seem to be steering the boat in the direction we need to go eventually.
Yes, perfect.
That's the plan.
Perfect. Dodging fishing boats and everything.
Yes.
Nice.
Pretty good.
So, starboard engine is now rigged curiously. The remote controls could not get put back on with this incompatible engine. So we have a tiller drive with this gear shift attached for temporary measure. And to be honest, it seems to be working just fine. Not ideal for dockside maneuvering, but it will certainly do for cruising along. So the next thing to do is to train Lynn on following engine instructions. So while we're docking, she can just sit down there and clunk it in forward and reverse. Yeah, and that would be just perfect. All right. Yeah, I got to do some double checking on the chart, but we're gonna get to Chesapeake City pretty early according to our ETA on the plotter. So I'll have to figure out how long the C&D canal is, and if it's long, and if it's short enough, we can stage it so we can anchor right at the mouth of the C&D and get ready for our crazy run down the Delaware tomorrow. Woohoo! After fueling up in Chesapeake City, we're now on our way across through the C&D canal. Sorry you're missing it, Kristina. I know you like this, but we'll enjoy it for you. Lynn's going to drive under her first bridge.
That's right.
Yeah, and not going to drive us onto the shore. So far so good. Yeah, it's been a bit warm today. I don't know what the heat index was, but it was a lot. It's cooled down quite a bit now. Just see that temperature in there. It's showing only 34 Celsius now, so it's gone way down.
Well, what was it before?
36. Yeah. There we go. We're gonna make it all the way through this, which is only, 12 miles or whatever from Chesapeake City to the Delaware. And we'll make our way downstream of the Delaware about 2 or 3 miles, and then drop the anchor ready for tomorrow's run right out to the end. Should be good. Of course, the Delaware is a pretty fast-moving river, and if you end up with bad timing, you end up being stuck there. So we intend to get a good early start and make sure we run all the way to Cape May tomorrow. That's the plan. made a pretty long run today, about 11 hours and change, including a quick fuel stop in Chesapeake City. And now we're in Pearson Cove on the Delaware River. It's one of those sort of fair weather anchorages. This would be pretty rough with anything other than a kind of west or south wind. But yeah, off in the distance there's a nuclear power plant. We anchored for a lunch anchorage just south of there once. But we've made pretty good progress down the Delaware, about 15 miles or so. So we'll have a much easier run, I hope. It's going to be an early morning run to the Cape May Canal. And I think we should be able to manage it with the current pretty much the whole way, I'm hoping. Of course, you never know for sure, but yeah. There we go, and the Delaware horseflies, or whatever the equivalent is here, are terrible. They're everywhere. They're starting to go away now that the sun is down, but yep. Yeah, a couple left. We've been madly swatting.